to round one of Women's Premier League in the Northern Territory Football League. Today you've got myself, Eliza Morrison, commentating with Katie Stretter and Stu Davis, where we see round one, the last premiers PINT take on Southern Districts.
Yeah, Eliza, really excited for the start. Last week, of course, but yeah, this is the last two premiers, in fact. But sides are a little bit different, Katie, from how they finished last.
Got quite a few changes, especially in round one. We know we've lost like chance to really show us what they've.
With the first quick hams through, and now Hillary Grubb running through half forward kicks. He's got 450. Spoil gets it over to Jackie Downer. Has a quick shot on goal. It's not going to make distance, and nicely tied it up though back there. But a good piece of tackle. Elise Tully, who will get the free kick for PINT in the left forward pocket. 15 metres out, she's looking to centre the ball to the top of the goal square. Almost a mark taken there, not paid, and play on the call. Plenty of numbers over the ball, and we'll have a ball up. So a pretty good forward entry to start with, but just couldn't get the score on the board yet. But every opportunity with the ball deep in their forward line.
Yeah, they're going to have to work hard to keep it in there.
So first there for Districts with Carbone, but she gets worried out of it, and the ball spills over the boundary. Free kick to PINT in the right forward pocket again, doing the team thing, looking to centre the ball. That one's Piddick, who hand passes forward but doesn't find a teammate. Just trying to work it out of the pack. Players keeping their feet pretty well so far, and now it's fished out, and a quick snap on goal by Amy Love, but it's off the mark and bounces out of bounds in the right forward pocket. So pretty lively start.
And some good touches early from Amy Love, who's come across from Waratah first season this year. So good to see she's contributing early.
Yeah, getting in amongst it.
So from the boundary throw in, ball's been camped. PINT's forward 50 for most of the game so far, and there's a free kick in the rucking contest.
Case pretty good hold on this one.
Just now 3 metres out. I make a bit of ground for Casey.
Yep. Great.
And
Yeah.
from we start again. Now is wrapped up underneath up with contest against Abby Kane on the ground again, and not disposing of the ball properly.
Making the call, that was Sam Graff, who's a former umpire from Alice, who's one of the favourite up and coming umpires in the TFL.
I'll work on the mark by not sure about the rule. Is the stand rule applied?
Yeah,
Because she was moving pretty well there on the mark.
See how it comes to play. First game is due.
Yeah. Side forward. The young umpire in Cooper, and again it looks like Shay Cockatoo with the free kick.
Just injury, number one.
Forward to follow up. First ball to scrubbing the ball forward really at this stage. Down the ball.
Well done by the club.
Just used a bit of strength and got the ball. Follow up. Hit it again. Good vision. Just the ball. Got a couple of free passes on the end. Ball inside forward 50 over the players there. Running on to it. He looks up the ball and now plus pile on top and a little bit lucky not to be penalised there. Dive top of the ball.
Leadership will be going on over there with Melanie and Curvis. She's been around Southern for a while and she does lead by example.
So Districts with the free kick. The ball up towards halfback. It's loose on the ground there, picked up by Love once again. She gets tackled with the ball. And a strong tackle by Gissing. Leon's the call. She picked up and mark. She again looking to square the ball and has a free player there in Hillary Grubb. So
Grubb, you're looking to put this on away?
Yeah, just some good discipline from the PINT players early, looking to get the ball back in the corridor and have a better opportunity at goal. So Grubb's kick on the way now. Looks like she's pushed that to the right a bit and for a minor score. So that scores about 9 minutes into this first quarter, and it's a pretty good contest so far. Kind of had most of the ball in the going forward. So
Yeah, and as I mentioned, PINT have some changes, but this the season with a big loss in Letitia Jeffrey, especially to see how they fill those holes. But we can Taylor. So sure should be a good addition.
So PINT have worked the ball down towards half. Gissing again on the end of it, kicks long towards the goal. And Districts move the ball to the outer side of the ground where Ashley Walsh is first there. She gets tackled with the ball and is penalised. So
and not only is this round one this week, but it's also a TIO round where we're celebrating 30 years of TIO supporting territory football. So a really great partnership they've had, and also playing on TIO Oval. So couldn't have the support and the footy that we have in the territory without TIO.
Definitely, it's grown a lot in those 30 years too, Lars.
Especially the women's side.
Yep, and the juniors.
So that's
many great things.
Casey Morris again from a set shot, and again a good finish. And she's looked good up forward when she's had the ball in her hands and having a shot at goal, Katie.
Yeah, most definitely. She just takes her time, knows what she's doing with it, gets the job done.
And the District's defence is working really hard to try and clear that out. I think for PINT, there was one where Amy Chittick just didn't realise how much time she had there, did the selfless act of passing it, where I think, just a bit of that communication to keep running with it, and good game on our hands.
It is.
So from the restart, Brock's in the ruck now for Districts, wins the hit out, but PINT read it best and through the hands.
Middle.
Finishes in the hands of Chittick. She goes long straight down the middle of the ground. Mark almost taken down there by Love, but spills forward and District's the opportunity to clear. And first there for Pint is Sarah Singh. She's tackled, gets the ball on her left foot and manages to advance it 30 metres or so. Nolan picks up, kicks towards the centre of the ground, but no mark taken. Morris is in there again, gets a hand pass forward, but nicely chopped off. And the kick comes out, but
been everywhere this quarter, hasn't she?
She has been. She's been really involved. So
yeah.
I think for a little while there, particularly her later years at TAR, she was used mainly as a forward, but obviously plays a lot through the midfield these days. And
she's just come off a season for Kansas City Lions as well, so should be feeling fresh, ready to go for this season. Fresh, I should say. Should be feeling conditions, yeah.
Oh, there's a kick off the ground down there in the goal square, and it's a goal. I'm just trying to pick up who it was. There's also an injured player.
I think that was Hillary Grubb who grubbed that one off the ground.
Did she?
Excuse the pun.
Nice
a grub
one,
a little get. You got to fit those puns in where you can, Liz. Grubby will appreciate that one. Speaking of which, she's actually she's co-captaining with Cassie Henderson this season, so couldn't think of a better woman for the job. She's just somebody that the girls look up to. She's got such a strong voice. She's another one that really leads by example, and you'll see her dig deep every game. She's somebody that's really one to watch and one to really lead the girls.
And of course, big shoes to fill. That used to be Katie Stredder in that co-captain role last year.
Mate, sharing is caring. It's all about these girls. They love to get into it and get around everyone.
And just a hold up, which I think is working for District's advantage, because they've actually got an extra person on the ground trying to run around and work out where they are. So we'll see if there's a warning penalty here or whether it's used the Pint player coming off has worked for their advantage.
Is that Casey Morris coming off, is that? Yeah,
I think so. She was down for a while, but she's jogging off now, so hopefully she'll just need a bit of a breather and
get back into it.
Be able to go, but I think they're going to restart with one short, and Alicia Milner should be able to run onto the ground now. I would think she does so. So ball in the centre of the ground. Gissing again for Pint, who's really worked their way into the game in the last 5 or so minutes, and Pint again using the ball nicely. The kick goes in. Oh, good intercept mark taken down there, and that's Kiara Coops, is it? She kicks straight down the corridor once again. Obviously that's a bit of an instruction for Districts looking to use the ball in the corridor, and put Pint are awake to it, I think. And quick kick forward by Grubb. It's punched forward, and now the ball loose on the ground, picked up nicely down there by Paige Ritchie. She gets her kick out, but chopping across was Jackie Downey, and she marks just inside the centre square. Wastes no time getting the ball inside forward. 50 Chittick's on the end of this again, picks up off the ground, kicks long forward, but
Nankervis again.
Yeah, she's
she reads it very well.
Yep, cleaning up down the back, and now Natalie Wilson on the outer side advances the ball around the outer wing, and some good teamwork out there. Bella Clark running through from half back, kicks long, and the ball goes forward of centre now. Pint working behind the ball there was Lisa Bleakley. She got tackled without the ball, according to umpire Josh Cooper, and she'll go back and settle things for Pint between half-back and wing. So over the head of the players there, the ball slips over the back. Maddie Gissing's going to be first there, kicks off the ground. That was cleverly done, went to the advantage of her teammate who was tackled straight away. Gissing's in there again and again, advances at 30 metres or so off the ground, and some good strong work by Nan Curvis once again, and District's looking to work it out, but only as far
Jackie Downey.
This time as Jackie Downey, yes, just outside forward 50. She centres the ball again, and again on the end of it this time.
It's Chloe Wright. Chloe's first game for Pints. She's new this season.
So she kicks towards the top of the goal square over the back, nicely taken, and quick shot at goal by Amy Love, and that's straight through. So
And a new player to a new player for a goal.
Fantastic. Yeah, so talked about early in the quarter that districts were efficient, but really the last few times PINT have gone in, they've made the most of their forward entries and have kicked the last 3 goals.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those games for every team in round one, isn't it, where you're just working out your combinations and what's working. I know Mallory said that I think there might be nearly 10 junior girls that are actually playing their first Premier game today, Women's Prem, so that's a great opportunity for them. Obviously a bit different to under 18s, but they're holding their own, they're doing a good job.
And great for the sport to see that with the girls coming through.
Yeah, the growth of it.
So from the restart, it's a district's free kick to Ashley Walsh right in the centre of the ground. She's looking to go long towards centre half forward, just the kick falls a bit short and PINT able to
well done.
Pick it up, but again Ashley Walsh coming in taking the diving mark there. She looks to switch outside this time again. That wasn't the best option. Elise Tully ran off the bench and got involved in the play, but district's another chance. A quick kick forward by Waterbury. And the mark's taken down here by Shea Cockatoo. She kicks long down towards the goal square and high, but nicely set up behind the ball, PINT. And they bring the ball out, but only again as far as Cockatoo, and she takes a falling mark a bit closer to goal.
She's just shown she's got a pretty decent kick on her.
Yeah, that's right. So she's taking plenty of time this time. And the siren goes, so she'll have a kick after the siren. It'll be take her best, I think, to get it, but not without a chance. Oh, she's been called as running around off the line and called playing, and therefore the kick didn't count. So unfortunately there, but I think it fell short anyway. So a pretty entertaining opening first quarter, Eliza, and PINT have just snuck away with those last 3 goals.
Yeah, it's as Katie said, it's going to be interesting just to see how some of these combinations work. But so far, you see that PINTs, I think the bigger ground in particular is suiting them really well. Districts are having some chances, but just lacking a little bit of that combination through the middle.
I think if you can get the quick getaway, which we're seeing in Maddie as well, Maddie Gissing, I know Bella Clark's been doing it for districts, it does make a difference. You just get it into that space and get that long kick down, clear from the congestion of the game. It's when the quick play's happening and the score's coming from it.
And we'll so that's the end of the first quarter, 25-7 PINT's way, and you're watching round 1 of the NTFL Women's Premier League. We'll see you for the next quarter.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car,
As you know they will.
you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to round one of the NTFL Women's Premier League, where we have PINT taking on Southern Districts, and a pretty competitive first quarter. PINT 25-7. We've spoken a little bit about the changes at PINT, and in particular the new captaincy, and we'll just touch on now that Districts actually have a new captain as well in Bella Clark, who's come through and been playing through at Districts, but is also a train-on member as well with the Gold Coast Suns, which is a great opportunity for her this year. So good to see her stepping up and working on that leadership as well as football. And a new coach as well, I believe, Stu.
Yeah, Greg West, the coach for Southern Districts this year. Great to see Greg get the role. He's been involved in territory footy for a long time, and obviously he's well respected down there at Districts. He's been involved with Districts for a little while now, I think, and yeah, just a change at the helm after a number of years, with Tarman Elliott as the coach there, and yeah, I'm sure Greg will give it everything, and hopefully the players respond to the message that he's got for them.
Absolutely, and just a reminder that round one is actually TIO round, where we're celebrating 30 years of TIO supporting territory footy.
So, from the restart, it's Brock who wins a hit out for Districts, and they managed to work the ball down towards half forward now. Nicely picked up down there, but still plenty of pressure on the players as they pick up the ball, and now PINT working it along the ground out scoreboard side of centre, and Kiana Toy in there got a quick hand pass forward, but again plenty of numbers around the ball for PINT, and Lucy Hamilton over the top of it this time. And it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, Lucy's pretty quick. She'll beat you in most racing competitions, I tell you. She's fast off her feet.
So Brock wins the hit out. Nicely coming in there was Ashley Walsh. Got it by hand, but just slipped out of her teammate's hand, and Walsh was in there again, and wins herself a free kick this time, and she's been in the action a fair bit in the first quarter, and now obviously early in the second quarter. So Kowalovic on the outside for Districts works the ball forward, and PINT with some clever footwork there.
Very fancy, Grubby. Nothing grubby about that at all, Lars.
And yeah, a blind backwards turn and got the kick forward, and got it down to half forward where it went off hands and over the boundary line. And magnificent orange socks on that boundary umpire. In that gloomy light, they really stand out. So fantastic. So from the throw-in, the ball comes into the forward line. Groves there manages to get it out. Marks claim, but hasn't travelled far enough, and a strong tackle coming in, and will be rewarded with the free kick. And again, that's Ashley Walsh across half-back for Southern Districts. So she takes the free kick, kicks towards the outer side of the ground. The marking contest there, the ball spills forward, and just tapped forward by Districts, looking to work it out. Nicely done, and the kick goes out towards the outer wing, but PINT first there behind the ball. It was Lucy Hamilton. She got tackled with the ball, and it spilled out. Play on's the call, and now another opportunity, but again a strong tackle, and the free kick's paid. And it's Shay Cockatoo a long way up the ground. She looked pretty dangerous early forward, but she's worked her way up the ground this time, and there's that long kick inside forward 50, and it spills over the back, but players are a bit confused about what to do with it down there, and quick kick forward and nicely picked up and running out of defence. Was that
Hillary
Groves?
Groves, I think it was.
Okay.
No.
Oh, was it?
Thought it might have been Alex Groves. But anyway, the ball's come back in and, the mark almost taken there by Bella Clark. She's diving on the ball now, but just can't win possession, and another ball up.
We're seeing a lot of kicks off the ground rather than girls picking it up. I wonder if the rain that we've had earlier in Darwin this morning has just put them off going for that ball, but I'd love to see them just going for the ground ball, and of course the umpires are going to protect the player, so something that hopefully they work on.
Go again.
Yeah, one of those things, your nerves as well. And first game, it's always getting down close to the ball, put your head over it, protect yourself.
Yeah, and obviously we've got fantastic umpires in Josh Cooper and De Graaf today as well, who will protect the player, no doubt.
So Toy for Districts kicks long inside forward 50, but Pint well organised behind the ball with some numbers there, work it out. Bella Clark's in there working hard as usual, and now picked up by Cockatoo. She gets the kick forward on the left foot as she's slung. A nice hand pass up by Fessy, and Pint bring it out of defence again, but running onto it down here for Districts was Coops, but she got caught with the ball, and Casey Morris across half back now wins the free kick and switches wide. Chittick there in the marking contest. The ball spills over the back. She picks it up just inside the boundary line and then gets tackled over the line by Kiana Toy. So some good work down there, and
good pressure.
Strong bodies. And
good to see Casey Morris back on after what looked like a little bit of an injury towards the end of the last quarter.
Hopefully this gives, it's a bit, need a chance to steady now, I think, and make some good choices with the footy. It's been a bit of a rattled start.
So I've got a ball up here. It's Milner coming in to do the ruck work for Pint, but Brock jumped over the top of her that time, tapped it forward. Ball in dispute inside the centre square, and now it spills free, but again, a quick tackle and incorrect disposal has been called, and Pint win the free kick in the middle of the ground. Hamilton again, I think, chips in, and nicely taken, and looking to take the game on straight away, but Hillary Grubb got caught with the ball that time, and so did her teammate, and
Sarah Singh.
Would have, as you said, Katie, would have been nice just to see Grubb push back then and just let that settle and get an inside 50 at this stage of the game.
Yeah, just give girls a chance to sort of spread out. And
so Bella Clark now with the mark, and she kicks inside forward 50. Her teammate fell over down there and might have, she looks like she's damaged herself.
It's not ever a good look.
Is that Diana Krepp back on, who's already gone off once with an injury?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Wonder if it's the same.
Yeah, it looks like a knee, unfortunately, but pretty innocuous, just no body contact, just fell over and fell awkwardly, obviously.
And of course we've seen in the big change in the Women's Premier League taking from 6 rotations to 4 rotations this year, so be interesting to see, if this is an injury that keeps a player off for the game, they'll really have to adjust, especially for round 1, really harsh conditions for Districts to adjust to.
Yeah, well, she's already got that knee strapped, I think, so obviously, just wasn't at its strongest to start with, and that may have even been strapping from the earlier injury. And
even just mentally as well, if you've got something a bit niggly that's not as reliable.
As we said, she's had a great influence in the game so far, so let's hope she can get back on.
So just, I think on the screen you can't see, but she's just nearing the interchange gate now, and plays restarting from the back pocket for Pint. Cutting across was Brock, got her hands to the ball, couldn't quite take the mark, but got on the end of it in the end and kicked forward, but well worked forward, and a great contested mark taken by Casey Morris between half-back and wing on the grandstand side. She kicks long down the wing now, and Again, the ball spills over the back. Kiana Powell's first there for Districts, looking to bring the ball into the centre of the ground, and Bella Clark takes that mark. Clark now looking to use the corridor again, goes straight down towards centre half forward, reaching across was Gemma Cusack, got her hand to the ball and recovered first and kicks down towards the centre of the ground, but Sky Goody cutting across there for Districts. But again, it's Pint, this time through Gissing, advances the ball forward of centre. Pint had the numbers, but Bella Clark was first in there and got hold of the ball. Now a quick kick forward by Kiara Coops, forward of centre. Brock runs onto it now, controls it well, avoids a tackle and kicks high and deep into the forward line, and Erin Hetherington cutting across there. She gets worried out of it, illegally according to the umpire, and I think that was fair enough.
It was well done by Bella Clark there. She just had a 3-on-1 where she was able to win the ball, and otherwise it would have been over the top. So District's working really hard there.
Composed and looking for good options.
So Pint working it out of defence, and now the opportunity here for Alicia Milner. She kicks down the wing, and Lucy Hamilton on the end of this one runs forward, kicks inside to half forward, but cleaned up again back there for Districts by Nan Curvis. She kicks wide towards the outer side, and that'll be a free kick against her, I would think. Yep. And
it'll be interesting to see how the space plays out as the game goes on too. Girls start to get more tired, and going wide, it's definitely puts a run on for people.
So again, the centering ball for Pint, where they had some numbers, but Districts have worked across in defence, and again just trying to work the ball free. There's a bit of a wrestle for the ball in there, and umpire de Graaf's had enough of it and said we'll ball it up and try for a restart. So from the restart, first hands on the ball was Kiana Powell, but she got wrapped up in the tackle, and we'll have another ball up just outside forward 50 for Pint. Brock doing the ruck work and got her hands to the ball on the ground as well, but a kick was smothered, spills out wider towards the boundary line at half forward for Pint. Eventually a quick kick forward by Sarah Singh, but was half smothered, and now Pint finds some space and work the ball inside forward 50. Morris on the end of it couldn't quite take the mark under plenty of pressure there from Coops, and the kick out of defence goes over the boundary line, and it'll be a free kick to Chloe Wright for Pint on the outer side, just outside 50. No one on the mark, in fact, so she could probably play on if she wanted to. She kicks inside forward 50 now. Ball spills over the back, and Districts the opportunity to run the ball out of defence. Oh, trying to take on the tackler there was Carbone. She managed to break free, and they've worked that pretty well across the full back line, and now got the ball down towards the wing. There's a free kick been paid here.
Again, it was some good vision with that switch.
And you can see on the wing there the paint for TIO, as we're celebrating 30 years of them supporting Territory football. A really great sponsorship for Territory footy.
So Kiana Toy got the hand pass forward, and then was illegally tackled after she'd disposed of the ball, and she's having a really good quarter and plays on again now, looking to get the ball in quickly, but Pint plenty of numbers in across half back at the fall of the ball, and Hetherington's first there. She falls to the ground now, and a kick out of defence by Grubb straight down the middle of the ground where Districts appear to have the numbers, and Curvis gets it out by hand, but teammates under plenty of pressure there. Gissing picks the ball up, gets tackled, and loses control of the ball, and so free kick's been paid, and Southern Districts through Tiana Hansen just inside the centre square on their attacking side. Kicks the ball across here where Toy again is the target. She gets her hands on it now, falls to ground, gets a hand pass out, and Districts again work the ball nicely. Bella Clark running forward, had a spare player out wide, but chose the long option, and that was well read in defence.
Good strong mark there by Gemma Cusack.
You just feel like something's building for Districts, but Pine are doing really well to defend here, setting up nice and early, really disciplined.
So the ball rebounds back inside forward 50 for Southern Districts. It's towed off the ground into some open space. Coming in there for Districts is Carbone, but she's under a bit of pressure, and there's a free kick being paid here for legging, and so that'll relieve the pressure for Pint across half back. And Lucy Hamilton finds Maddie Gissing.
Yeah, now if they can take advantage of that space and the speed.
Yeah,
Drop.
Yeah. So Jackie Downey had found some space, but the kick just wasn't to her advantage, was behind her and allowed the District's defenders to come in and wrap her up, and Mallory Nankervis will take the free kick. So again, she plays on straight away, kicks long down the ground, and ball spills over where Lucy Hamilton picks up and chips inboard. All the players thought it was a mark. Umpire didn't. Play on's the call now, and now Pint with the opportunity with some numbers here forward of centre, but it spills out now, and good teamwork through the hands out to Morris. Morris has got a free player and Gissing out wide, and now Chloe Wright's all by herself inside forward 50. The ball's kicked to her advantage, but some good defensive work. Some hard running back by Kiara Coops and some strong body work, and she was able to clear the ball out of the defence, and Bella Clark kicks it straight down the ground, and now on the rebound, Districts have got the opportunity. Toy had her back turned when she could have been the obvious target going forward, but still Districts looking to work the ball forward, and eventually it's Kowalovic who takes the mark and now kicks down inside forward 50, but Hetherington again out of defence. Just read it well and ran onto the ball and kicked long out of defence and to the advantage of Ali Groves, who took the mark and chips it out here now to Amy Chittick. So some good teamwork there, good use of the ball by Pint coming out of defence. She kicks down towards half forward, and again a strong mark taken here by Amy Love, and looks like a good player, Katie.
Yeah, definitely. We're very lucky to have her pick her up, and she's just all about getting around the club as well.
And just as
great finish.
Yeah, great finish again, and again it's Casey Morris on the outside of the boot that time. In fact, right on the siren. It was the only score for the quarter. Right on the siren. Yeah, it did go fast.
For us.
Yeah, but again, some good teamwork out of defence, and Pint worked the ball all the way down the ground, and good finishing, and Casey Morris with her third goal has been a real thorn in the side for Districts.
Yeah, absolutely, and both backlines are working really hard, hence the no score of that quarter. There was opportunities and transition for both teams, but it looks like the backline's going to really hold it up for each team today, Katie.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and that's the thing. The key will be who can come out and who can compose and actually use those turnovers to their advantage to actually lead it forward and end up scoring.
So it's 31-7, Pint taking on Southern District in round one for the NTFL Women's Premier League. Of course, TIO round today supporting 30 years of territory footy, and we'll see you for the second half.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.
Teaching other kids makes school your story. Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Safe to go to school.
So go the distance. Attend every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rockin' with love a break.
Time with friends and family is always great.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
It's safe to go to school, can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school and it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story and it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital, television production, energised.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
we're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to round 1 NTFL of Women's Premier League. Round 1, of course, being TIO round, where we're supporting Territory Footy for 30 years that they've been sponsoring. And we've got PINT, who's last season's premiers, versus Southern Districts, who was the year before. So far 31-7. And who are we seeing as the best so far?
Oh, look, I think it's Amy Chittick's had a fair play of the ball through the centre and then the forward line for Pints, and Casey Morris has kicked, I think, 3 goals. Yep. She up to, Stu? Yep. So some really good passages there, a few good little whippets in Maddie and Hillary as well. And I think for Districts, Ashley Walsh has been working hard, sort of down the ground. Jessie Brock as well, doing some ruck work, and I think Shay as well would be someone that I think we'll watch put into action this quarter. So what about you, Stu? What do you think?
Yeah, all of those obviously, but I've liked the work that Kiana Toy's done, and I think that for Pint, Amy Loves looked like a really good pickup for Pint this year, and Gemma Cusack, of course, is always reliable in defence.
Yeah, and I think Kiara Ruska's had a fantastic game. She was a premiership player who had a year off last year, but she's just been reading the ball so well in that back line and just getting it really wide. It's, although Pine are up by a lot, I think Districts are getting into good position. It's just that connection through the ground. If they can improve that, we might see a couple of scores this quarter.
That's right. If you can shut down those quick passages of play, which I think Pine are relying on, and if they can capitalise, great. If Districts can turn it around and capitalise, it's going to get them scoring.
I think Ricky Nolan will be pretty happy with the way that his team's connecting and looking to use each other, and been disciplined in getting the ball back into the corridor so that for their shots at goal. And Casey Morris has been terrific in finishing a couple of set shots and one off the ground, and she's been a real danger up forward.
Yeah, she knows how to find that footy.
You'd be happy with 5 goals won, I think, and kicking straight on a big oval like this. It shows that they've been really good at chipping around and playing selfless footy to set up those goals.
Yeah, well, I did a Pint game late last season. I think they scored about 1 goal 9 or something, and it was a bit of a slugfest.
That was probably when I was in the forward line.
Probably 8 behinds to Katie Strader.
Yeah.
So we're underway again here at TIO Stadium, and no one able to clear the ball out from the first bounce. So we're looking to go again. Looks like Districts have thrown Tyler Thornton into the ruck with Diane Krepp injured. We saw at half-time that she looked to be pretty sore and hobbling around the boundary. I doubt that we'll see her back during this game, but the ball's loose across half-back for Pint, kicked off the ground there by Markison, and Gissing again. That's probably another one we didn't mention as one of the better players on the ground. She's had plenty of the ball.
She has, and she's fit. She'll run all day, Maddie will.
So Districts this time get the kick inside 450. Brock runs onto it, but then the ball just slips out of her hand, but she's helped out down there, and kick comes inside forward 50. Some good use of the body. Oh, twice.
Both, yeah.
One for either
Give a little,
team.
get a little.
Yeah, and now Pint again through the hands from Chittick out to Grub. A good smother in there by Bella Clark. She follows up and lays the tackle. Ball spills out now, and unfortunately down there Chelsea Wright just couldn't get her boot to the ball as she was tackled. She's in there again, and this time she does get a quick kick forward, and cutting across there for Pint is Cusack. Couldn't pick the ball up cleanly, and spills over the boundary line.
Love this pressure early from both teams. Lots of body work, and Erin Hetherington again, just really good contested one-on-one player.
So the boundary thrown wasn't the best, but no one was advantaged out of it. And again, good hands by Pine out of defence and Kate Fessy around the boundary line, but unfortunately that one's bounced over the boundary line outside of the defensive 50, so it'll be a Southern Districts free kick. And bring it in here now on the ground.
Alicia Milner did a good job to cut that off. This is actually her first Premier's game back after having a baby in, I think it was January, so having a ripper to start with.
So Chittick doing a bit of work across half back, just sitting herself behind the ball a bit at the moment. She had that free kick and we've got another ball up. So a bit stop-start to start this third quarter. Just looking for the ball to break out in some space and get moving. But again, there's plenty of numbers around the ball here. Ball eventually spills out and Maddie Gissing's in there, ducks under the tackle and breaks another one and now kicks forward. But unfortunately, she's kicked that straight into the hands of Jamie Dean for Districts. But she's turned it over and Jackie Downey chops it off. And now looking to move the ball quickly. She's looking for Grubb inside the centre square. Goes to ground, unfortunately, and the ball spills out the back and just being battered around a bit. And a quick kick forward now by Grubb, who got her hands on it again. Gissing's first onto it, picks up cleanly, kicks the ball inside forward 50, and the PINT player Groves has broken off down towards the goal square, but she got picked up, rounded up by Paige Ritchie. But in the meantime, it's a free kick.
Nankervis did well to slow that one down as well.
Of course, one of the NT rep players from last year, so the way she started round one, you'd just think that she's contending for that again, but really good game from her so far.
Yeah, the ball's got to come back to her because I think the wrong player took the free kick. So Nankervis it is, who will chip it out towards the outer side, or the mark's spilt out there and flicked up in the end. Play on's the call. And
good hands.
Now PINT going forward. That was Downey, I think, who kicked it in.
Yeah, we got Ali Groves.
So Groves just a mishit on the kick, and Districts were able to bring it out of defence, and they've worked the ball up into the centre square, just on the defensive side of it for them. It spills out now. Cusack picks it up and her kick's half smothered, and now Chittick breaks forward and kicks forward, and a nice mark taken there by Elise Tully. Tully looking to move the ball on quickly inside forward 50, but cutting across their Districts had the numbers, and the clearing kick out in front of Chelsea Wright. She lays the tackle there on Gissing, but Brock comes in to help, hands it over to Clark, and Districts move the ball up towards the wing, but PINT have got some numbers behind the ball here and just thump it straight back in towards half forward. Spills over the back. Chittick's in there again, working hard and with some strength. Just breaks away from the pack and wheels around, kicks inside forward 50, and now an opportunity for PINT with a quick kick at goal, but bangs into the goal post, and that was Elise Tully, I think, with that shot at goal, but just hit the post, unfortunately, for PINT.
And Chittick just playing behind the contest there a couple of times, having some great kicks inside 50.
I think we just need to find the tall targets in there with the Pines girls.
Yeah, Chittick, really smart game, just reading the play behind, sitting off behind, tidying up. Bella Clark kicked forward, and a great mark taken by Kiana Toy under some pressure down there. She plays on now and looking to move the ball quickly forward. Running onto it was Kowalovic, but went through her hands, and the ball on the ground. It slips out the back now. Quick kick forward by Markison. Players underneath it. It's tapped forward, and again a kick forward by Kowalovic, but it's loose out towards the boundary line. Running onto it there was Waterbury, but she couldn't control it, and Gissing came in and made sure that it went over the boundary line.
It looks like from Districts they're just holding their structure a little bit. In the first half there was a little bit of disconnect between the mids and forwards, and it looks like they may have readjusted that, so we'll see if this pays off here.
Just getting that kick long as well, making the most of the ground, not mucking around with the handballs.
So the boundary throw in, Chittick's in there again for PINT, but nicely done on the ground by Alicia Milner. Spills forward of the pack now, and an opportunity for Kowalovic to kick forward, but Pint with the numbers, just running out of defence, but well read across defensively by Tiana Hansen. Handed it over to Bella Clark. She kicks long inside forward 50. The mark spilt by Cusack down there, but she was able to recover and get the hand pass across. Chittick's in there again, gets a hand pass wide, but Kate Fessie's pounced upon by a couple of Districts forwards, and eventually Southern Districts get rewarded for the tackle. It's Jamie Dean. She's going the wrong way here, I think, but she gets set straight by Jessie Brock, and so Jamie Dean will kick from about 50 out. She's looking for players leading up the ground and finds Keely Waterbury. Is it, or is it? No, it's Sarah Carbone, in fact, on the end of this one, and yeah, some good work there, a good mark. Or is it Waterbury?
Yeah,
it is Waterbury.
Sorry. Yeah. Really good lead there.
So Waterbury kicks towards goal. It's a decent looking kick, just offline unfortunately for Districts, and 3-4 are behind. But a good build up for Districts going forward then.
Yeah, so Pints are going to have to keep presenting options here.
Hetherington uses all the ground she can, kicks down the field, almost a mark taken there by Chittick, but play on's the call. Picked up across there by Bleakley. She scrambles it forward, and Jackie Downey caught with the ball, and it spills out, and strong tackling, and Tiana Hansen again for Districts. She's got a player out wide here in Toy. She picks it up on the bounce, runs around and kicks long, straight down towards the goal square. Hetherington has read it best again. She tries to break the tackle there, isn't able to do so, but got her hand pass away. A quick kick off the ground by Markison. Comes out to half-back Downey again, tackled with the ball, almost slung there, and kick off the ground, and Pint have worked it up towards the centre of the ground, but Ali Groves is tackled with the ball there and penalised. So some strong tackling in this third quarter, and it's Pint through McCallum, but the kick's astray.
Yeah, the pressure's been hot early. There's been, good intention on some of the kicks, and just being chopped off by both teams and adjusting defensively quite well.
So the ball loose on the ground, and no one in front of it now. Everyone running from behind the ball trying to get onto it. This time it's Carbone who taps it forward, but she's got half a dozen Pint players around her. She gets some support now, and the ball spills out the back, but
good effort
to
clear that
forward,
ball.
Yeah. But now good work by Pint, and running onto it here. Hillary Grubb with a couple of bounces, running inside 50. Tried to break the tackle, but wasn't able to do so. And Bella Clark strong in defence once again, because if she got past her then, she had free space to the goal square. But Clark kicks to the outer side of the ground. Again, the ball on the ground, and Gissing doing a power of work on that outer wing.
Jeez,
gets another kick in.
Maddie Gissing has been all over the ground, hasn't she?
She certainly has, and Bella Clark in defence chops this one off, and has a player down here, and she finds Tiana Hansen out towards the wing. Tiana Hansen, she's got a 2-on-1 out there. If she can get it to the advantage of her teammates. Unfortunately, the ball's loose on the ground. It stays in play, and the Pint numbers come over now to help out, but still trying to work it forward. Gissing's in there again, gets it hands out, and Pint work it around the outer side. Quick kick forward, but doesn't go very far. Bella Clark again, but this time she's caught with the ball and doesn't dispose of it properly, and the opportunity for Pint with a free kick on the outer side. Quick kick forward by Chloe Wright, but that one's chopped off, and Districts across half-back. It's Carbone this time, and she's looking to go wide again, and Brock just spilt the mark unfortunately, but she recovers, gets there first, but there's plenty of Pint players again kicked off the ground by Gissing, but set up behind the play. Districts work it out, and now an opportunity out here for Wright, but she gets tackled after she eventually picks up the ball, and gets penalised for incorrect disposal out there. It's Chittick again, who chips in just over the head of Gissing this time, trying to break the tackle down there was Nankervis, but unable to do so. She got her hand pass out. A quick up and under kick. Marks claimed and paid. And Chittick again.
Need to regain a bit of structure here.
Yeah, 12.5 minutes into the quarter, and it's been over that side for a while, so I think girls are struggling a little bit with rotations and that repeat effort. I think they almost want a stoppage or two here.
Yeah, it's a bit of kick to kick.
So the ball about 30 metres out from the Pint goal. Eventually it breaks out, and an opportunity to go forward. Cutting across there for Districts was McCallum, but now Pint with the opportunity. A quick left foot snap at goal, is bouncing towards the goal line and goes through. I think it is a goal. And just trying
Amy
to
Love,
see.
was it?
Yeah, Amy
Love
Love.
again.
Second goal for the game from Love, so new addition this year's made a big difference to the team already.
Yeah.
Of course, we're playing on TIO Oval today with TIO's 30 years of supporting territory footy, and I think could have gone either way there, Katie.
Yeah, that was a nice bounce, that one. Love it when that happens. But like you said before, Liz, the backline girls are just working overtime for both teams, and that pressure when that ball's coming in. Erin Hetherington down this end, and yeah, the likes.
Yeah, and like you said, Eliza, it's been camped on the outer side a bit. The team's just not willing to take the risk and switch, I don't think, find a loose player and get the ball moving forward. But I guess if you're Pint and you've got a 5-goal lead, you're sort of happy to sit on that in the first game of the year. And if it's clogged up, then Districts aren't going to score too quickly. So again, Pint looking to clear the ball out of the middle, and they do this time through Downey after a hand pass from Chittick again, who's had a terrific quarter. And there she is again, reading the ball behind the play, gets quick hand pass forward, but not to advantage this time. She picks it up this time, breaks free of the pack, hand passes across to Rennie, who got set upon immediately, and now the ball on the ground, and we'll have a ball up. So
I don't think she saw her at all. Just had eyes for the ball, and a fantastic tackle.
So from the restart, Brock wins the hit out and quick kick
Well done.
forward.
Yeah, that's what they need.
And now it's Coops on the end of this one, picks up wheels back inside, had her arm grabbed as she tried to kick. Brock trying to clear a passage for her teammate down there, but I think her teammate thought that Brock was going to go for the ball, and eventually neither of them did, and we finished with the ball up on the point of the centre square on the outer side. So from the restart, the ball spills out the back. Gissing's there again, gets a hand pass across looking for Hetherington. Hetherington gets a quick kick forward, and the ball doesn't favour Groves out there. And
great pressure.
Again, a couple of players in the tackle.
Yeah. Only one goal for this quarter, so you'd think that it would be pretty close to finishing, and Pine will be happy with that stoppage to break that run there.
So again, the hit out, and District's working it forward towards half forward.
Ashley Walsh working well there on those clearances.
Yeah.
Just getting it on the boot quickly.
So now a quick kick forward, and it may be an opportunity to score just before three-quarter time. It's Bella Clark running onto this one. She picks it up now, snaps around the corner. But she was under plenty of pressure down there, and good defensive work. And no score from that kick, which dribbled over the boundary line. So again, pretty dour quarter. Just the one goal scored by Pint once again, and they just stretched that lead out to 30 points, Eliza.
Yeah, absolutely. That one goal coming from Amy Love, who we said is a new addition to the Pint outlook today. Missing a few players, obviously one Jasmine Hewitt, so it'd be interesting, you know, with those clearances in the ruck, they're having to read it a little bit more off the other ruck, Katie.
Yeah, I think so, and just adapting the game. It's a good chance to work on some different things as well, and you know, it's lovely to rely on Jazzy because you know she's going to take it out, and she's just that miracle woman, makes magic happen. But it's a good chance to upskill girls in different ways too. So. Be good to see how the season unfolds.
Absolutely. So three-quarter time, we've got Pint 38 leading Southern Districts 8 in first round of Women's Premier League for the NTFL. We'll be back after the break.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club has been renovated. Come check out our brand new cafe, open 7 days a week. And with the new Kids Club, we are the perfect spot for a worry-free catch-up with friends. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gathering or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
we're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Welcome back to TIO round one for the Women's Premier League NTFL. We've got PINT, last year's premiers, taking on Southern Districts, who was the year before premiership, and can see 38-8, and Districts a few changes as we were mentioning before. One is Grace Mulvale, who you'll see, I think she's running water or runner today, but is actually going to play in the Sample this year, so that will be a big loss for them as well, and obviously with the new coach. But how do we see it so far?
Yeah, the first quarter was really promising. I thought the game was pretty open, and you know, we had the 5 goals scored between the sides, but it's just sort of clogged up a bit since then, unfortunately. And but you know, I guess first game of the season, we're not going to have the great silky skills all over the ground that we might get later in the year. But yeah, I think defensively both sides are on top, and that's been one of the reasons for that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the pressure has been pretty relentless. It's just been, and we were saying before, it was a bit of kick to kick. Maybe girls getting a bit tired first game in, still working on those structures, and the link-ups and combinations of play. So I think, yeah, it will. A few more games in.
Yeah, and we saw Southern Districts adjust that quarter where they were a bit better balanced across the ground, and it did slow down PINT scoring as well. Obviously with Southern Districts, they're down 1 rotation, so they've only got 3 actually running off the bench, where yeah, if you were outside today in Darwin, you'd definitely be feeling it for them. So considering that, they're giving it a red hot crack go, and you know, they've had some really good players in Bella Clark and Kiara Rusker as well. coming through. And as you said, Katie, just that relentless pressure.
Yeah. I think, and that's what we're seeing in the scoreline as well. We've had 2 scoring shots since half time? Well, since the second quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a couple of goals and a couple of points, a point each. So, but I think there's some promising signs for Districts as well. They've had players around the ball getting their hands on it, and some good tackling, good defensive work. So a bit for Greg West to work with there, and they'll certainly be in the mix come finals time, I would think.
Great hit out.
So ball on the ground after the restart. Oh, bit of a sling tackle there, and that's the way umpire Josh Creeper has seen it. Yeah, and it's Amy Chittick who's had a heap of the ball in this game. Kicks the ball forward. It's down towards half forward. Maddie Gissing also had plenty of touches. She's in there. Gets a quick kick forward. The ball spills out now, and some strong bodies over the ball. Again, it's Tiana Hansen who gets a quick kick forward. Chittick comes in and lays a tackle on Jessie Brock, who didn't have possession of the ball at the time. So Brock from the centre of the ground goes straight down the middle, kicks over the head of the players down there. Shay Cockatoo's first there for Districts, picks up, swings back on her favourite left foot, kicks long down towards full forward. Climbing over the back was Keely Waterbury, and she's been penalised for that.
And that was so smart from Shay Cockatoo there. She just knew the ball was going over her head and moved to her advantage. It didn't pay off, but they're the little glimpses that Southern Districts are doing really well at the moment.
So Maddie Gissing wins that free kick at half-back and kicks down towards the wing here. Again, fierce body work as the players jostle for the ball. Bella Clark running onto it now, taps it forward, but good defensively there was Lucy Hamilton coming in and just strong grip on the ball, wouldn't let it go and forced a ball up.
Of course, Lucy Hamilton used to be in the state level sprinter, Katie.
Oh, there you go. She's our sprinter at halftime in the grand final every year for very good reason.
Yeah, so if she's coming near you with the ball, get rid of it as quick as you can.
And she'll beat you to it.
So Jessie Brock wins this hit out, and the ball's fished out to Toy. Toy runs back inside. She's under some pressure here now, but manages to get her kick in and taken down there by Goody for Districts. She's tackled with the ball, and nice tidy up by Sarah Singh by hand, and again it's chopped off by Jamie Dean for Districts, and she pumps the ball back inside forward 50.
Yeah, there's that pressure again.
Yep, and
nothing is really left uncontested here at the moment.
But Bella Clark swoops on this one and kicks long inside forward 50. It's bouncing down into the goal square. Some desperate defensive work. Sees it rush through 4 behind. And
Markison.
Yeah, that was, Chrissy Markison back there under some pressure, but coped with it pretty well in the end. She runs out of the square and brings the ball back into play. Chittick's there, couldn't take it this time. Running onto it is Walsh for Districts. She picks up now, tries to get the quick hand pass forward, but she's on the end of it again, gets a kick forward. She's got a player in plenty of space out here. And Markison was just hanging back in the goal square, and I think it was her opponent here in Keely Waterbury. On the end of it takes the mark, and she'll have a shot for goal here. Oh, it looks like she's just dragged this one to the left a bit, and probably didn't compose herself very well, and just a couple of steps where she could have got a bit more momentum into that. But anyway,
no surprises. No surprises there with Walsh involved. She's been doing some great body work to clear way for her teammates, and obviously has a really good kick on her as well.
Strong mark there by Bella Clark.
Bella Clark, a fantastic mark, and she's kicking inside forward 50, and another great mark, and I think that's Keely Waterbury again.
Take 2.
Yeah, so hopefully she's learnt from her previous kick. Her angle's a bit better this time. Distance is similar. So, yeah, she's got a bit more momentum into this one and kicks on goal. It's a much better kick, and that's straight through. So she did learn from her previous shot at goal, and, yeah, that's, as I said, Greg Westall, there's some encouraging signs for him as a coach, and they've certainly come out in this last quarter. I was half expecting, with one rotation down and the humidity, of course, that they might just collapse, but they've started the last quarter really strongly.
Good thing that sun stayed away, Stu.
Yeah.
I think that would be
absolutely.
a bit different again.
Absolutely, and as I mentioned before, it's not only round one this week, but also TIO round, where we're celebrating 30 years of sponsorship that they've contributed to the NTFL, and you know, it's been fantastic to see the territory football growing in the women's and juniors, and they've signed on until 2026, I believe, so really good result there for the NTFL.
It's a great partnership with TIO, that's for sure. And yes, supporters of lots of territory sports and activities, not just the football, but really appreciated by the football, of course. Free kick to Jessie Brock, looks like a push out down there, and the free kick's going against Kate Fessy and Ashley Walsh, who'd worked her way forward and got in the contest and wins the free kick, and she's certainly been one of district's better players today.
Yeah, she has.
She kicks the ball high inside forward 50 and players fall to ground. There's a free kick paid. Again, it's a district's free kick, and an opportunity again to put some scoreboard pressure back. And this is Tyler Thornton on the end of this one. She's taking her time, about the same position that Keely Waterbury kicked the last goal from, and comes in now. The kick's on the way, looks pretty good. It's going to make it all the way through, and two in a row for districts to start this last quarter, and their players are pumped, and so they should be, and their teammates get around her, and that's a great finish by Tyler Thornton. Yeah.
So she started for Crocs in 2018, and she's been a regular in their side since then. So obviously found her spot in the team, and she's doing a great job with it.
Premiership player, and definitely using that experience today with that kick. So you think that PINT will be itching for a clearance here and to get it forward and take some pressure off their defenders now.
Yeah, so 2 goals in 3 minutes for districts, and PINT haven't gone forward of centre at all in this quarter, so a really good start. And starting in here with Jessie Brock, who's getting her hand to the ball. Bella Clark in there, and Chittick works hard, and she's penalised this time for not getting rid of the ball on time. It's Kiana Powell who'll take the free kick in the centre, and districts a chance to go forward again. Again, they go straight up the middle of the ground. Oh, the mark almost taken there at centre half forward. Eventually, clever work gets it out wide, and now Tiana Hansen on the end of it kicks forward. A diving attempt at mark, not taken. Waterbury's in there for districts. She taps it out into some space. It's almost as if they've been instructed to get the ball out of the packs and get it out in some space and give themselves an option. This time by Toy, and loose deep in the forward line. The quick kick comes across, and working in defensively there for PINT was Claire Nolan taking that mark. And there's a free kick out wide there. It's Maddie Gissing. I don't know what that was about, but
I think PINT they'll be looking to slow it down, hit their targets, or get to the ball if it doesn't.
Yeah, so that one's gone over the back. Bella Clark was first there for districts, and she's in there again, picks up, gets a hand pass out, but that's knocked out of her hands. It's slung forward by Hilary Grubb out wide. And
case on the boot for Casey Morris.
But, chopping across was Nankerva. Spilt the mark, unfortunately, this time. Chittick's in there again. She gets tackled, gets a hand pass out to Grubb. Grubb kicks the ball into open space down towards half forward. Districts are going to be first there, but some terrific work down there as the PINT players ran in, but eventually districts managed to run it out of defence, and an opportunity at half forward here for Walsh, who swings around and kicks high in towards centre half forward. But again, strong work, and Fessy has the ball ripped out of her hands down there.
Districts are using that momentum so well, aren't they? You can feel it in the game when you get a couple of quick quick goals. And then everyone digs deep.
Absolutely, and it's, it was a case then. Pint had a very open forward line, so well done again by Nan Curvis, just her experience coming in to read the play and be the general back there to guide it out of the way.
So Districts had the opportunity there, but again, it's well read across half-back, and Pint bring it out towards the grandstand wing. Gissing's in there, as is Hansen, tapping it forward. Head over the ball now is Kiana Powell. She's wrestling for it on the ground with Abby Kane, but that's a stalemate and the ball up.
10 minutes in. It's be interesting to see if Pint can hold on here and clear the ball out their way. As you said, Stu, not getting in that side, that forward 50 yet this quarter.
Yeah.
So another restart here, and Jessie Brock just forcing it forward. Ball bouncing around on the ground, and eventually tackle's made, and umpire looking to open it up as penalised Amy Chittick again here, and Kiana Powell paying her some close attention a couple of times this quarter, and she's won a couple of free kicks there. She kicks down towards half forward, almost interfered with. Down there was Hansen, but she recovers, gets it back to Toy. Toy with a quick kick forward. Thought the Pint players were going to spoil each other there, but it was Milner who took the mark and got the clearing kick out of defence.
Again, Milner, for her first game back in, she's put in some good work this last quarter and a half or so.
Good hands there by Downey over to Gissing, and that's a bit of a crude tackle down there, and Nan Curvis will take the free kick across half-back. She's looking to switch the ball to the outer side of the ground, where Bella Clark runs onto it and takes the mark nicely. Pint defenders have worked pretty well across there, so Clark's going to have to try and go longer and get over them. The ball slips out the back, and Fessie's first there for Pint. Gets a quick kick forward, and Gissing in space, as she often is first there, and now eventually picks up, chips it forward. She's got Hamilton running onto this one, who gets a quick kick forward. Some good use of the body there by Casey Morris, but she's eventually tackled with the ball, but an illegal tackle over the shoulder. And she's looking to move the ball on quickly now, as she does. Runs forward, kicks into the forward 50, a double-fisted punch away by Nan Curvis, and lost her footing unfortunately and couldn't chase it up. Downey's first there for Pint. She kicks into some space into the forward line, an opportunity here. But again, good tackling, and Groves just couldn't get the ball to her foot. Ball spills out now, and a quick hook forward by Love once again, but this time unfortunately out of bounds on the full.
And interesting from Pine, they're playing as if they're down. I think I think that pressure that Districts have been putting on Pine are just hungry to get in that 50 and try and get a score on the board, whereas they can just slow it down and
take their time, set it up,
so
capitalise.
Kick comes out, but it's well read down there by Groves. She sees a player free across half forward, and it's Casey Morris again, and
see if she can go for a fourth goal history.
Yeah, well, you would think so on the form she's shown so far today. She's obviously a very good disposer of the ball, and a good finisher in front of goal, and her previous set shots have been from about this range. Kicks on the way now, no problem whatsoever, and that's the steadier that Pint were looking for, I think, and Casey Morris with her fourth goal has basically been the difference between the sides as far as the scoreboard's concerned.
Yeah, absolutely, and even though I was telling Pint to slow down there, that was really great awareness by Ali Groves just to get that quick kick into Casey, who was obviously unmanned, and to have a finish like that in the team and for a goal, it's really rewarding for the whole team to get that goal on the board.
And a really unselfish play as well there by Ali. She knew what she was looking for, could see her teammate.
So after Districts had the first 4 scoring shots of the quarter, Pint have hit back, and we've just got a set-up issue here, so there'll be a warning, and no damage done, and we start again. Brock in there again. Toy gets her hands to the ball, gets a quick hand pass out, but it's Chittick, who comes in for PINT, she gets bundled in the back and wins herself a free kick, and she'll be saying that's long overdue. She's been penalised a few times this quarter, but she hasn't stopped fighting for it in the middle there, that's for sure. She kicks forward, and now Singh running onto it gets illegally tackled, and she'll take the free kick about 60 metres out from the PINT goal. She kicks long inside forward 50. Morris again there, got her hands to the ball, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground, and fighting for it is Downey. Eventually wrestles the ball out of her opponent's hands, kicks forward, it bounces free down towards the goal square now. Scrambling back the District's defenders, and eventually Nan Curvis manages to get a kick out of defence out there for District's.
Great work under pressure again by the District's defenders.
Yeah.
Now they're going to...
So the ball free on the ground, and hand pass comes out, and Bella Clark, the opportunity for Districts, running out of defence. Kicks long into the centre square. Good body work across there by Bleakley for PINT, but Walsh is up to it and manages to take possession, get a quick kick forward. Running onto it is Hanson for Districts. She picks up cleanly, ducks back one way, then the other, but the PINT defenders were onto it. Fessy tried to claim the mark, but it didn't go the required distance, but eventually the tackle on her was high, and so she'll get the free kick in the end anyway. So good defensive work back there.
Yeah, 16 minutes played, that's 3 goals for the quarter, so you think maybe 1 or 2 minutes left here. And
so Gissing again running onto this one on that outer wing, gets the ball back inboard, but nicely done in defence by Chelsea Wright, but her kick is chopped off. And PINT looking to settle things down. Kick finds its target, it's Chittick again, takes a good mark, and now looks to switch back inside the corridor, but there's a couple of District's defenders down there, picked up by Carbone, but she's dispossessed, and the kick comes out wide, and mark's taken out here, and playing on straight away.
Taking advantage of the stand rule there. She's obviously just come in new for NTFL, following on from AFL this season, so still a few players getting used to it, as well as the umpires, no doubt.
So Ali Groves takes the mark in the centre of the ground, goes straight down the ground, looking there for Amy Love. The ball bounced past her, and Districts with some numbers behind the play. Bella Clark eventually has a good teammate out wide in Chelsea Wright, spilt the mark, but managed to recover well, and a nice mark taken here by Toy for Southern Districts. In fact, it might have been Goody, I think, but she kicks out wide to the advantage of that's Goody out there. So the end of the game, and an entertaining game, ladies. I think just PINT were a bit more efficient going forward for most of the game, but I'm really impressed with the way Districts stuck it out and put it up to PINT in the last quarter, and won the quarter, which is terrific for Greg West and the PINT and the Districts girls. But in the end, PINT probably just a bit too much class, and finished off better when they had to.
Yeah, some great signs from both teams. As we mentioned at the start of the game, a fair bit of movement or players unavailable for round one from PINTs in particular, and then Districts with some changes as well. But you can tell that they've got some great young players coming through for Districts, and I know that's been something that they've developed over the last 2 or 3 years to push those 18s up. So it's really good to see them now, taking charge and getting in the game. But again, you can tell PINT are going to be one of the teams to beat again this year. A really confident game considering some of their outs so far this season.
Yeah, I think the girls will be happy with that, and Ricky, of course, as well. And I think that, it's always great to see how teams perform in round one, and, there's always going to be plenty of changes and movement in the games of just the way that they're played and how the girls develop the game as the season goes. So I'm sure we're looking forward to a very interesting and entertaining one ahead for all the teams.
Absolutely. Summary of a couple of bests from both of you for the game?
Oh, look, I'll go with the Districts players if you like, but I really like the games of Ashley Walsh and Tiana Hanson. I thought they battled really hard in the midfield for most of the game. I liked Mallory Nankervis down back, of course, and Jessie Brock was good in the ruck and forward when she was there, and Kiana Toy, I liked her game, and Che Cockatoo was always dangerous forward when she was around the ball. So, as I said, some good signs for districts and an enjoyable game, a good advert for Territory women's footy, I think, today.
Absolutely. And who did you see for PINT, Katie?
I reckon that we had some just strong across the ground from Hillary Grubb. She just knows where to be, knows how to use the footy to the advantage of the team. And Amy Love really stood up and did some great work in the forward line with Casey Morris there as well. I was really impressed with Ali Groves as well. That for I'm not sure if she even played many Premiers games last year, but she's stood up in this one and, just like we're saying, some really unselfish play and made it work. So yeah, plenty to see coming.
Absolutely, and that's a wrap for the game for today. PINT Southern Districts, thank you again for the sponsorship of TIO 30 years and TIO round this round. Some great showcasing so far, and a couple of men's coming up for the rest of the day, so make sure you stay tuned in, and thanks for watching.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.
Listen up, kids.
Make school your story.
Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Safe to go to school.
So go the distance. 10 every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rockin', we love our break.
Time with friends and family is always right.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
It's safe to go to school, can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school and it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story and it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital. Television production energised.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal for all school-related activities. 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact CFS Gear for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy. I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.